So I'm about to show you my basic universal flexibility routine. It's based around motions such as squatting, Cossack stretching, warrior lunging, extension of the spine, twisting, bending, reaching, kicking, basic human movements. So this is what I usually do before I start tricking. This is the foundation of my mobility and warm up for that type of activity, which is pretty varied. Tricking has a lot of variation. So here I am starting with some basic squats. It's one of my favorite stretches. Keeping my back upright and trying different things. I'll even, just kind of vary it up a little bit. I'll try to widen the stance, just try to feel all the tight spots. One thing about this program is it's very minimalistic, so there's no equipment or structure being used. This is just a big open field. I don't recommend that being the foundation of your flexibility work, but for this, I'm just out here in a field getting ready to trick. This is a warrior lunge, and so I like to reach around on the opposite side of the front knee to try to increase the stretch. I'm reaching here, I'm going to bend, extending the spine. These are the type of motions you do when you wake up in the morning. They just sort of feel good, so I just kind of do what feels good. I'll do some arm swings, some twists, side-to-side twists, circular motions, things like that. Now notice I'm standing when doing the twisting stretches. There's a reason I do that, because you should not do this sitting down. It's not going to be good for your spine. So yeah, I'm showing you that right here. Do not do this, because when your spine is locked in this type of stretch, it's the risk to reward ratio is not very high. So make sure you do all your twisting stretches standing. This is a Cossack stretch. I really like it. It's one of the best groin mobility, flexibility developers. There's a lot of things you can do with it. I like to keep my body upright. I can kind of bend down, hit the groin, the hamstrings, the ankles. Notice how my feet are flat. That's developing flexibility in the side of my lower leg. And also combo these stretches, play around with them, find the tight spots. I'm comboing a squat stretch with an upper body twist stretch here. So it's a big thing, is constant movement and tension. I don't really sit around much. These are leg lifts and knee lifts. I recommend doing both, because the knee lifts hit muscles that straight leg front lifts don't hit. Those are back lifts I just did. So I try to stay in constant motion, movement, and I'm feeling pretty good here, it looks like. And I do. One of the things I recommend when doing this type of dynamic movement flexibility work is to take rest periods. So I just walked off the camera there and came back, and I'm doing some bending stretches now. I probably rested a few minutes there. You need to rest. In another video, I tell you about the importance of rest sets in flexibility development. So here I am just kind of creating my own thing. Yeah, so I'm just playing around, comboing stretches, finding tight spots, just having some fun. This looks like something that could be used for learning how to butterfly twist. So now I'm just kind of rolling the shoulders back, getting the abs, hitting the obliques in ways I can't get if I'm just bending straight down, swinging my arms back and forth, just really finding those tight spots and staying in constant motion. And no stones left unturned. Here I am making sure I get my feet, my toes, my ankles. I always seem to gravitate towards going back to the squatting motion and bouncing in that, playing around with the squat variations and comboing stretches in and out of that, because I feel like the squat is one of the most important flexibility exercises you can do. This is one I do to hit the quads, just reaching around on both sides. Let me show you that from the other angle. And just kind of bouncing around. Now, if you're doing a very specific workout like deadlifts or something, I really recommend you economize your time and only do flexibility exercises that help with the exercise you're going to do. But since I'm going to be tricking, it's kind of a violent and varied motion activity, so I'm just going to just warm up a little bit of everything here. Just kind of move and twist and flutter around, get the blood flow going, shake things out. So I only need to do this about 10 or 15 minutes if I'm feeling really good, but that's rare. So usually I do this for about 25 to 35 minutes comboed with some basic prerequisitory movements before I trick. And this entire routine can be done as just a standalone dynamic flexibility routine as well. So don't pause for more than a couple seconds at any range of motion. You're trying to increase blood flow, so stay in constant motion. I don't really count reps or sets, so I just spend an arbitrary amount of time just moving around and do this consistently. And you will notice that over the course of not even a month that your range of motion will be increasing drastically. Your comfort with basic ranges of motion that you've never probably had good comfort in have been increased tremendously. So this is my universal flexibility routine. You can find it and more information about it and more of the specifics of it in my flexibility ebook, Legendary Flexibility. Please buy it. It is the best thing I've ever written. Thank you, guys.